Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live on this fine Saturday morning. It might be raining here in Columbus, Ohio at some point during the day, but listen, we here. I got my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling this morning, bro?
Man, pretty good, man. I know feel like I've been going like a jet engine, man, one of them Southwest Airlines, man, nonstop with a little break in between. But I love the grind, and it's good to see you this morning. Feeling good, man, and just ready for a great talk of this college basketball, this March Madness. How you feeling this morning?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Got me some good rest, man. Ready to take on this day, this fine Sunday this morning. I want to send out my prayers and condolences to Kenny Sims, one of the big time defensive players for the Texas Longhorns. He passed away yesterday, or it might even been Friday. And, just to send our condolences to him, his family. Um, man, that's a big loss. He was probably one of the first round. No, he wasn't the first because I think Earl Campbell or somebody before him was the players who was picked first overall in the NFL draft. Had a great career, uh, 12, 13-year career, really, really good player, man. So prayers and condolences to Kenny Sims, his family, children, all that stuff, man. That's a tough one, man, for the Texas family to lose him, who was an icon for Texas.
For sure, for sure.
And of course, we talked about George Foreman passing away as well, man. A huge boxing icon, businessman. Anybody out there, if you never watched his movie, that
Yeah,
about Big George, man, go and watch that movie. It's very inspiring, man.
for
George
sure.
Foreman was a very good human being, very, very
I
good
agree.
human being.
Also, man, just to piggyback off that, I know it's National Women's Month. I believe, man, shout out to all the women out there working hard, man. And we talking about things like that. Angie Stone, um, I heard about that last week. Sending condolences to her family as well. Tough time, and even some across the world. I know I listen to a lot of her music myself. Very intelligent woman. Go check out her documentary. Some eye-opening things as well to that really enlighten people when it comes to music and the things that you have to go through and the challenges and just stand in your faith. So just definitely tap into that. But I just wanted to definitely mention that as well.
Yeah, I appreciate you mentioning that as well, man, because a lot of times people have similar stories to what you had. And
Yeah,
if you don't take the time to really see what somebody else's life been like, it gives you motivation to get through whatever it is you're going through because they already then paved the way. So you
I,
can go ahead and follow their blueprint and go ahead and make it as well, man. So that's why I love autobiographies, biographies, documentaries, all those kind of things. Because I'm trying to navigate this life just like everybody else. And if I
agree
can pick up a tool here and there to be able to do it, that's what I'm going to do
every time.
for sure. Well, let's get on into this basketball action that took place yesterday, man. First up on the slate, we got number 12, McNeese State, 62, number 4, Purdue, 76. What was your thoughts on this game?
I had Purdue winning this one, and I wasn't able to get as much time watching because, of course, I was working crazy hours yesterday, even through the night. But Kaufman ran. FanDuel Zaya speak highly on Kaufman ran since we've been talking college basketball. 22, 15 boards. I don't know what else you could ask for in pushing your team to the Sweet 16. When you perform like that, you will get your team to the Sweet 16. And the performance he showed, it just showed that they were just a little bit too much for McNeese State. Defensively, they was harassing them. McNeese couldn't shoot nothing close to how they shot before. And I think Purdue is definitely a team to reckon with. It's a team that I was looking to see how they did, and I think the Big Ten is undefeated up until this point. So it's definitely something to look out and check into as well.
Yeah, like FanDuel Zaya said, he said, man, Purdue, Wisconsin, they're not going to beat themselves. They're going to play fundamentally sound. They're going to box out. They're going to rebound. They're going to guard. They're going to do everything you're supposed to do in a basketball game, even when they don't have the flashiest players. They're not going to beat themselves. And McNeese State, you ain't got to hang your head low, man, because you won a game in the NCAA tournament, bro.
Yeah,
That's rare for a team of your caliber from a university like you attend. So don't hang your head low, because I mean you made it through to the round of 32.
yeah,
That's a good move, man. Because guess what? My Texas Longhorns didn't make the round of 32. They
yeah.
didn't even make the round of 64.
I agree. Big season for them, man. I like that swagger they had too. And I think when you have a team like that, man, just shout out to the coaching staff and what they've done. So I've seen a lot of teams, break barriers and historical moments in this season all through sports. So, and they did that as well. So it was good to see them do that this season also.
Yeah, they definitely fought the whole game, man. The
Yeah,
whole
for sure.
game. Number 10, Arkansas 79 over number 2, St. John's 66. And man, Parlay Post said, man, this St. John's team, they'll go on spurts where they don't score no points. They ain't making no buckets. They're a team that you expect to win games because of all the talent they have.
Yeah,
But man, they go on them sports where they don't make no buckets. And that happened again yesterday against Arkansas. And they took it on the chin 75-66. What was your thoughts on that game?
this was one I was able to get a little bit look at, and man, this Arkansas team is tough, man. When I thought about the fact that they couldn't shoot the ball, I thought to myself, this is Coach Cal's type of game. It's March Madness. He'll put his horns back, play that great defense, and have his boys ready for any type of battle against, Rick Pitino and his St. John's team. And like Parlay Post said, make a long story short, St. John's couldn't bust the grape. And Arkansas is just they pulled back and showed what they could do, man. And they got weapons throughout the team. I forget which Knox, I believe, had a big game for Arkansas, double figures. It was the other player, I think Richmond the third had double figures. But the thing I like about DeJuan Wagner, DJ, young Wagner, man, he just runs that floor like a true point guard to be at his height. He might not have the best shooting game, but the way he moved that ball and he dropped a couple dimes off, I think this Arkansas is a team to watch. And we always look at a high seed that comes into March Madness and puts on the show. Wagner's Pops put on a show in March Madness. We can't forget that. And I think we in store for something come Sweet 16, as we could possibly see another, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Hall of Fame matchup with coaches, with this Arkansas possible Michigan State matchup. So it's a lot of things going on in this tournament as well as big coaches matching up that I'm liking too. So Arkansas is a team to reckon with for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned DeJuan Wagner Jr., man. He is so steady, man. When you look at his high school career and how he was able to score the ball and things,
Yeah,
you would expect him to do a lot of that in college right now. But right now, that's not his role. Eventually, his junior year, he'll probably have to play that way. Um, but he was so steady, man. I like the way he played.
yeah,
And if Flan can get back healthy off that thumb injury, he can make some things happen, man. Because he's
yeah,
really a shooter, but he got that thumb injury. So if he can get past that and be ready when they play Thursday,
yeah.
if he can get a little bit more health on that thumb, he's a difference maker for them, man. And I was very impressed with that Arkansas team. They gritty, man, and the referee. I don't want anybody the rest of this tournament to get the crew that they had.
Yeah,
Them dudes, swallow your whistle on some of them calls, man. They was calling some crap, and I'm like, dude, you taking the flow of the game away from these players, man.
yeah,
And they just called way too many fouls.
yeah. And I was at the point where they was trying to, I think it was like at that back and forth early in the second half, and it actually put me to sleep because I woke up and the game was over, And I noticed Arkansas had a couple buckets to keep the lead sustained. And I'm just like St. John's, if they got to hit shots, it's over. And they put me to sleep once they kept blowing that whistle at that point. So, like you said, man, I think it's great to see Wagner Jr. just doing what he do. It just shows how coachable of a kid he is. And, as his dad, I know his dad didn't have much of an NBA career. I think his son is going to have a great NBA career. Just being that steady guard. And if he played 4 years in college basketball, even if he played three, look out NBA because I think he's going to definitely be a star because he's only going to grow and get bigger as he gets older.
What did you think about Patino benching R.J. Lewis Jr. down the stretch in the game when you know you need buckets? Now he was missing a lot of shots, but hell, what nobody else making that either,
Like
other than the big boy.
I
Um,
think that was tough. I think that was probably. I think that took away his, his push, his drive, his, him being who he is. That's R.J. Lewis. This is, one of your senior leaders. This is your go-to. When you bring him out of the game and sit him because he can't hit a shot, I think you got to leave him in. You got to find his shot, whether it's getting to the free throw line, getting a little layup, and that's something that goes to show, what's really going on, with you and your squad. You can't bust a grape. What are y'all doing? Are y'all just getting by? These are things to look for. What did Coach Cal do as himself as a coach getting this type of win as a 10 seed for Arkansas in the NCAA tournament against a 2 seed in St. John's? Bracket buster.
yeah, I think Richmond getting in foul trouble. I mean, he was in foul trouble the whole game. He only played
Okay.
16
Yeah.
minutes, and you got the Big East Player of the Year, bro. Under no circumstances do you do that kid that way, man, and
Yeah.
sit him on the bench. I don't care if he can't hit the backside of a barn, bro. He the Big East Player of the Year. He's your best scorer. You gotta leave him on the floor. You don't do that to that kid. I
Yeah.
mean, you already losing the game, so what is it gonna hurt to keep him out there? It wasn't like somebody else was gonna knock down shots. So I'm hoping that he can rebound mentally from what took place towards the end of
To
that
play.
game. He
Yeah.
did things like that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, that kind of hurt my feelings for him.
Yeah. I agree.
What's your thoughts on number 11 Drake, 64, number 3 Texas Tech? Man, this Texas Tech team is down 77. What's your thoughts on that game?
Like my boy, he got loose. Sturt got loose. He shot good, even though he had to work for a few of them. But this Texas Tech team, man, I don't know. Um, this is the second game. They came at you in a different way of this game than they did the first game, and that's the crazy. And then I spoke about Toppin. If Toppin start to get hot, they could be dangerous. 25-13. He plays the three position. That's stats that we talk about the bigs getting. So I think that just makes Texas Tech that much more tougher. Shout out to Drake though, and we talking about the basketball team here and the great job they did this year. Um, just you talk about a team that won their conference, 30 wins through the season. They went up against a tough team that plays defense, and a kid like Top and the way he excels on both ends of the floor, it's that's just a skill you can't teach. He goes out, plays great defense, then he goes and give you a 25, 12 on 11 or 13 shooting. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. So I definitely see Texas Tech being a team to, I think, give that next team they play. I forget who it is in the next round. Some definite competition. I don't know what we in for this next round, man. In this Sweet 16, I think it's just getting started with the madness for sure.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech is a really, really tough team, man. They're scrappy. They're gonna give you everything that they got on that court. Now,
Yeah,
but what's something that's gonna have to happen though? Them other two guards, Anderson and Walton, they're gonna have to give them something, man. Because you can't expect for Toplin and Williams and Hawkins to do all the scoring, bro.
yeah.
You know, you
And it's,
got you got to have some buckets in there somewhere, man, where you can get a team 6 to 8 points,
I agree.
couple rebounds, and some assists. Otherwise, teams will start to figuring out how to, especially the bigger and the nicer teams, are going
Yeah.
to be able to figure out how to control Toplin and Williams and Hawkins. So hopefully they'll be able to figure something out, man. Because I like this Texas Tech team, I really do.
I agree.
What's your thoughts on number 9 Creighton 70, number 1 Auburn 82? What's your thoughts on that?
It's Auburn being Auburn in this one. I think just seeing how they played together as a team. They played in spurts. Creighton could have took this game, but I think when Creighton made that little miniature run, got up by a couple buckets, Auburn bent their ears back after the timeout. They came out a different team after the timeout. This was a game I didn't see. I watched most of the highlights, but I noticed after that timeout in that second half, just watching the highlights, how it seemed like the shift of momentum. And when Auburn does that, they are scary. As we see, they won by 12. They pushed that lead from, I think it was about 4 to 6, on up to 12 and close out the game on a run. So that's just something to look for. If I think with Auburn, if you could, when they make that second half adjustment, when they call that timeout, this is something that Bruce Pearl's been doing his whole career. He'll make that adjustment, call that timeout, and it seemed to come out a whole different animal. I think if you can weather that storm with Auburn, you could definitely beat them. But I think Creighton let this one slip away.
Yeah, what impressed me in this game was, and I think me and Parlay Poe have been talking about this quite a bit, is the fact that Auburn's guards are going to have to make something happen. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to win this thing, man. And yesterday, they played really, really well. They
Mhm.
were able to give Auburn what they needed offensively in this game, but they got to sustain it now. You got to sustain it. The competition gets stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. You got to be able to sustain it. Their guards do. Brom only gave them 8 and 12, 8 points, 12 rebounds, which is cool for a game against Creighton. But the next round and the rounds forward, you ain't gonna be able to do that against Izzo and them, bro. When you meet them or you meet Michigan, you're gonna have to. Your guards are gonna have to be able to play. Otherwise, those two teams can get you for sure. But I like the way their guards played in this game. Uh, Van Duze, you there?
Yeah, yep, I'm here. What up with y'all?
What's
What's up
going
with you,
on,
bro?
man? Good morning, Brody.
Good morning. Sorry for my
Anything you want
nephew, man. Sorry for my nephew last night, man. He was mad
to?
when he got in that car, man. He was so mad.
Yeah,
They
hey
was
man, but hats off to them for making it that far though, bro. They made it to the championship game,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's big, man. Just he got a feeling that he could get there. You know what I mean? Like he young, bro. Like
oh, he hungry. Oh, he
that's gonna
hungry.
take him. That's
Yeah,
gonna take him to another level. Cause for me, like that's what it was for me. I didn't play my freshman year, so I know he gonna be hungry next year. You know, in the year after, man. He gonna get him one. He gonna
Yeah.
speak that on existence. He gonna get him one for
He,
sure.
he said the first thing he said when he got in the car was, "We going back next year." I like that type of talk.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You know,
it,
but Orange has been good for last 2 or 3 years though, man. So it was just their time, I guess.
it was just their
Well,
time to get him one.
they
That's
was ranked. They was ranked the number 40th team in the nation.
Yeah,
So
they top one of the top teams in the nation, and then they got one of the D1 players, and your boy, he's D1 material. He's going D1. So, I mean, respectively, I mean they didn't grind it out these past few years. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it. And then, like I said, Reynoldsburg, man, a lot of stuff was been going on with the historical side. And then I think it's only right that they get back, just like Westerville North did, and got them one. You know, I think Reynoldsburg definitely gonna get back and get them one for sure.
I got some inside scoop on a lot of this stuff, so I can't speak about it though, because I don't think I'm able to put it out there in the world. So that ain't my place, but we're gonna see what happens.
Well, at least we glad somebody on the team got the info before you put it out. You ain't got to put it out, but we glad that you got the info though, because
Yes,
we
I
sir.
don't.
I let the guys know off camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. But before we move on any further, do you got any thoughts on that Purdue uh, McNeese State game?
Oh yeah, Purdue man, they tough, bro. Like they shoot threes. They got a player that you can get a rock to that can get you a bucket almost any time. McNeese just was outmatched. That's just pretty much what it was. They fought though. They fought.
Yeah. What was your overall thoughts on that Arkansas St. John's game?
I thought that Arkansas's backcourt played better than than um than St. John's, and man, St. John's they be had. I think Poe said it yesterday. They be having these stretches where they just can't score the ball, bro. Like they had a few stretches in the game where it was just like they going on minutes runs where they ain't score. So that
Yeah.
killed them, bro.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this Texas Tech team, man? Are they really that good? They beat Drake 77-64.
Yeah, I told y'all they got them wings, that wing and Topping, bro. They they a tough out, man. They gonna be a tough out because they scrappy and they just play hard, bro. You don't never see that Texas Tech team not play hard. You feel me? Like you might
Yeah.
see that out of some teams, like you feel me, where they have moments where they just don't show up and play hard. But every time I ever watch them, they play at a maximum effort.
Yeah. They play a double maximum when they play Texas. That's why they be whooping Texas Tech. How'd you feel about that Creighton and Auburn game?
So I caught the first half of this game. When the state championship was going on during this game, so I wasn't able to really catch the second half. But from what I seen in the first half, it looked like they was slowing down the big boy on Creighton. He was having a bad first half, but I turned around, looked at the box score after the game. I'm just like, man, he ended up having a good game, but Broom, he ain't even have a good game. But look, this is what I say too, though. This is why you a number one overall seed, because when your best player, national player of the year candidate, have a game where his offense ain't really clicking like that, y'all still found a way to win. So I got to take my hat off to them for that. At least we always talk about that guards not showing up, but I thought they got some decent guard play yesterday. And with the kid off the bench though was going crazy for real.
Yeah, he did. He did go off on that game yesterday. Well, let's move on to this next game. This was a really, really good basketball game, man. BYU, number 6 BYU 91, number 3 Wisconsin 89. This was a banger right here. What's your thoughts on this game?
Man, all I know is my boy Richie Rich, man. Shout out to Richie Sanders. I want to meet you. I want to know your preparation for the game because the way he played in his game, hats off to Wisconsin, the first Big Ten loss. And let me mistake myself going back to Purdue when I said that they were undefeated. But up until we got to this game, but I mean, this is probably the best game in the tournament so far. Both teams played down to the wire. You couldn't ask for a better game than that. I don't know what the separation was in the game. I would say just one team hit one or two shots throughout the game. That was the difference maker. Outside of that, like this was just a flat out banger. But I definitely am a fan of Richie Sanders. 25.7 rebounds, 3 for 4 shooting beyond the arc. He came out with a point to attack, and it paid dividends for BYU.
Yeah, man. You was in the chat talking about Richie. Hey, they gonna be scary. They scary
Yeah.
this year. They be even scarier next year, man. I can't wait till AJ get there, man. Playing with Richie and Edgar Demon, man. That's gonna be a nice little trio that they got. But dang, bro, I'm salty. John Tanji's 37, man. That's a classic game he put
Yeah,
out there, man. You gotta be salty you lost that game. I know that one hurt him. So, hey, hats off to him though, man. That's definitely probably the best game we've seen in the tourney so far.
yeah. What impressed me about BYU, man, is the fact that they can give their bench players minutes, man. You had a guy with 21 minutes, 18, 17 minutes, 16 minutes, 14 minutes, and then their starters was in the 20s.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When you know you can rely on your bench and you can give guys spells during the game, man, so they can keep their win and keep their legs, that's a recipe for victory, bro. And they,
yeah,
they got a good win yesterday against Wisconsin. And Wisconsin made a good push to get back in it, man. And I'm telling you right now, Wisconsin was still in it. But that Tanji scoring like that, bro, they could be a dangerous team, man, and upset some folks. But BYU is moving on.
yeah.
What's
Me-
your thoughts on number 8? Oh, you had something else you want to add, Mossberg?
Nah, I was just about to say, just thinking about Tanji, I think he definitely upped his draft stock, man. Like I was watching him. I've been watching him since FanDuel said things about him. I mean, he's a killer, man, and I mean that in the basketball form. Not Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, but he has that instinct to do what it do when it comes to playing that basketball, and he go both ways. It's hard to see a player play offensively and defensively and have that type of IQ. I'm not sure if he's coming back or not, but he's definitely going to be something to watch, whether he goes to the NBA or if he stays next year for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What's your thoughts on number 8 Gonzaga 76 and number 1 Houston 81?
I was at work watching this, like the last 5 minutes. Customers come in, I got my gloves, I'm cooking, I'm looking back and forth. And when it came down to that last minute, just that just that one shot. I think you can't ask for the game to go the way it did for Gonzaga to be able to take a shot and it the way it ended. So outside of that, I think the Houston team can be beat. I think Gonzaga put some things in the air to show a little bit of a way to beat them, but just a big win for Houston. Houston's a team that play these rugged games and they find a way to win. They will themselves to a victory, and that's what we've seen in this one.
Yeah, I think we got a shout out post game, man. He was saying LJ Cryer, you know. They was, man, look, at that end of the game though, they had people taking deep breaths. They was turning that thing over, wasn't they?
Yeah,
They had a couple crucial turnovers that could have made that game totally different for real. But Gonzaga couldn't even get no shot off at that end of the that last possession at the end. After they had got that steal, that 3-quarter press steal. So I mean, Houston though, yeah, hey, it's all about surviving and advancing. That's all it's about right now. Survive and advance.
for sure, for sure. They survived that one. But Gonzaga had to fight the whole game, bro. They had to keep on fighting the whole game to even make it close at the end. And I mean, they lost by 5, but it was probably closer than that after they was able to fight back into it, man. But LJ Cryer, bro, if you got a guy that can get you buckets, man, they can lead you to the promised land. And
For sure.
hopefully he can keep that up, man, and lead them to the Elite Eight because they're in the Sweet 16 right now. So hopefully he can make that happen for them.
Shout out to all those out watching, man. We see we got people in here watching. We appreciate y'all tuning in this here Sunday morning to start your day with Level Up Sports, WTP Sports Dudes, who runs everything with us, and FanDuel Zay is in the building as well. Parlay Poe, we know you watching. Come on in here and talk about your boy.
Yeah, because they about to be up next, bro. You got to get on in here and say something about your boys.
Because we got things to say about that Big Ten.
What's your thoughts on number 7 UCLA 58, number 2 Tennessee 67?
What's your thoughts on this one, FanDuel? I think I was head in my heels cooking at this point.
Oh man, this was all Chaz Lanier, man. Chaz Lanier, dog. I mean, I think the press all American teams came out, and I want to say he made first team, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Yeah, they did come out. Can't remember what he made.
he made one of them teams. I want to say it was first team though for sure, but bro, he's a monster. He is a monster, bro. I mean, he was hitting timely shot after timely shot for them. And when you got, especially when you got a lead guard like him, um, that just makes shots, especially when your team need one, man, it's gonna be tough. And then Okpara, he came from Ohio State. I thought he was always he's usually a shot blocker, but I felt like he was always in position in that paint to make it tough for UCLA. So um, they're gonna be another tough out. They got Ziegler, him and Lanier is probably that's one of the other top backcourts that we've seen in the country for real. So that's they small, but it don't matter. Like they dogs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
Both of those teams play really, really good defense, man. And if it wasn't for Lanier making those timely shots, UCLA probably could have won this game, man. So Lanier really saved them, and then Ziegler made some big plays too in spurts. But the defense of both of these teams, man, might be the key to them. Well, UCLA is out, but Tennessee's defense might be the key to them possibly making it to the Final Four and even possibly to the championship game. But they got to get some scoring for some other guys, man, because Lanier, he's on everybody's radar. It ain't like nobody going to just be letting him out there shoot. So they're
Yeah.
gonna have to get something rolling with some other guys, man. Um, Otherwise, defense ain't gonna win it for you if you can't make no buckets. Because college basketball period is an offensive game now.
Parlay Poe is in the building. He said Crier, as he was talking about yesterday, speaking on LJ Crier and that Houston team.
For sure, for sure. You got anything to add to that one, Mossberg?
Nah, I mean, I agree with you with that. I think they definitely locked in on him as far as in his scoring. This March Madness, they have put you in a box and one at this point. That's the thing that I'm looking for now. The Sweet 16, what team's going to switch it up, throw a couple different defenses at a star player. And that's where the fun starts. Because right now, it's a Sweet 16. Everybody looking for that one shining moment. And I think we definitely in for a great one in Tennessee. We just got to find some offense because that defense is definitely a problem if they playing that great defense.
For sure, for sure. Well, let's go to the last game we want to mention from yesterday's basketball action. We got number 5 Michigan 91, number 4 Texas A&M 79. What's your thoughts on that game?
Almost said the Golden Girls, but I said Golden Gale Jr. Parlay Poe know what I'm talking about. 23 and 12, 26. Gale found the right game to pop out because I know I've been looking to see what type of performance he's playing. He's been playing a little defense, a little all around, but this was a big game for him and Golden. Wolf still chipped in with 14. And I think that three-headed monster is going to be a problem from here on out. I think Auburn got their hands full. Donaldson is ready for this matchup. I think he might have been playing a little too much into looking ahead, possibly. But I think this Michigan team is the right team to be playing against Auburn. Even though I got Auburn winning, I just think it's a team, man, that definitely could give Auburn everything they're looking for. And can't ask for nothing more. 6 blocks. When you're getting 5 or more blocks, you winning games in this tournament, I noticed. And they had 6 of them. And that was big on their side. That means they playing heavy defense as they have been playing. People question late in the season. So it's a good thing in the tournament.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, if they can get that out of Roddy Gale for the rest of the tournament, watch out, bro. Because now you got a three-headed monster where you got somebody on the perimeter to go with them 2 twin towers that they got.
Yeah.
And on the Texas A&M side, I thought they played solid up until like that second half of the second half. Then it just started unraveling for them, man. That one dude though that came off the bench, the 6'10" dude, that's back-to-back games. I done seen him ball out like that. I don't even know why he ain't in the starting lineup because he an upperclassman. He like a junior or something. So, man, he was balling, though. They ain't had no answer for him for real. But, man, listen, Big 10. Big 10. That's all I gotta say with that one. No.
Hey, you got the right to say Big Ten. I mean, I wanted Michigan to win this game too. I mean, I want my Michigan homies to always be happy over a SEC, whatever, you know. But I'm telling you right now, Michigan's coach was the freaking MVP, bro, because he realized, listen, let's go in this zone, because these dudes, if we don't play zone, these dudes getting around us, and that big is gonna eat. We either gonna have to go try to block the little guard, try to get to the cup, and he drop it to the big
Yeah,
man because he was eating in that first half. But when they went to that zone towards the end of the first half, into the second half, that was the key to Michigan slowing down Texas A&M's offense. And then I'm telling you that LJ Casey, that number two, he gets added. As soon as he get in the game, he gets added.
yeah.
Next year, him in that backcourt, man, he's gonna be tough, bro. He's gonna be tough. I like the way that Michigan team found their rhythm and got back in that game, man, and took it away from Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's look at today's action, man. What's your start on number 8 UConn versus number 1 Florida, which is probably the best team in this tournament? What's your thoughts?
What's your thoughts on this one, fan? Dude, I want to hear what you got to say first.
I mean,
He's gonna
Florida
probably
got
hate on it. He's gonna probably hate on the SEC. That's probably what he's gonna do.
I ain't no hater, man. I ain't no hater, but I think Florida got their work cut out for 'em, man. We talking about the defending national champions, man. The lefty, the kid solo ball, dog. I love his game, bro. But this the thing. I don't know. I don't know if UConn got enough offense for Florida, bro. I really don't think they do. Uh, Florida is so dynamic, man. They got maybe 4 guys that's probably gonna be in double figures this game, and they probably gonna score about 75. The only way I see UConn winning this game is if they can keep it under 70, and I just don't think they can slow down Florida that much, man. Walton Clayton Jr. He probably gonna get his for sure. Uh, so I don't. It's gonna be a tough game though, regardless, because that program is just built for tournament right now in UConn. So they're not gonna back down, but I don't think they got enough for Florida. Florida looked at like the most well-oiled machine thus far, maybe outside of a Duke in the tournament.
Parlay post said, thanks OSU for Gale.
Nah, we didn't force him out. He said he had a better chance of going to the NBA playing with y'all. That's what he said.
It's a
We
big
ain't force
difference.
him out.
A lot of that stuff, it makes sense in a lot of ways. I was thinking about some of that too. And then for me, thinking about the game today with UConn and Florida, man, I told y'all about Florida. I told y'all about Florida. I know they playing the defending champs, and this UConn team, they about to come out with up smoke on UConn, man. I think the bigs for Florida, I can't think of his name, number 10, the big long one. He shoot, he go to the cup, got a nice little bag. I just like what he bring to the game. He bring a little bit of everything, but he get after it defensively. And when he moving, he blocking shots. Florida's that much of a even tougher team. And like you said, Clayton Jr., man, like, man, you talking about a complete player, senior leader. That's what you need in the tournament, senior guard that's going to lead your team and get out there, play, hit some key buckets. And I think today you're going to definitely see him on the defensive side lock in. And Florida going to pin their ears back, man. They got a point to prove against this UConn team. So I'm taking Florida, and I'm taking Florida by 10.
Yeah, like FanDuel Zaya said, only way that UConn got a chance of winning this game is they're gonna have to keep Florida 70 or under.
Yeah.
Which we know ain't gonna happen. But anyway, that's the only way they can win this game, man. Even though they got a decent enough team to make it happen, you gotta keep Florida. This is for anybody, really. You gotta keep Florida 70, 75 if you can score in order to beat them. Otherwise, you can cancel Christmas. And Parlay Post said Payne is a beast.
Man.
What's your thoughts on this number 9 Baylor versus number 1 Duke? Can Baylor make some noise in this game and pull an upset?
I mean, Baylor, they got some NBA talent on that team. Don't get it twisted. Duke is a handful though, man. I don't think this game. I think this is gonna be another double digit game, but I just think Duke got way too much, bro. They just got way too much. So I'm sliding with Duke, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think, like you said, Baylor got some talent. I just think Duke is too much for him. I think Duke is on a collision course. I'm gonna say Flag versus Richie Rich. You know, similar to that. What was that? Howard, Gordon Hayward, and I forget which player went to the NBA on Duke that year. Might have been Hayward and I forget the player for Duke that went to the NBA. That type of matchup. You know, and it was Butler then, but I think it's going to be BYU. I think they're going to get Duke possibly if they get there. So I got Duke winning this game, double digits, 20.
Mm.
Duke is probably that team that when they put in their sixth man, their seventh man, their eighth man, their ninth man, they still got players that can play in the first five.
Yeah,
That's how talented this team is, man. And I don't think nobody's stopping them from making it to the Final Four for sure. Possibly even the championship game, man. But I don't think nobody's getting in their way. And Baylor is just going to be a bump in the road that they're going to run over with a big ass SUV truck.
yeah. And that SUV truck come in a small package, and I'm thinking about what is that, CJ or TJ Foster, the little guard. He got a jump shot. I watched him step into every jump shot he hit the last game, and I think when you have a guard like that, and then you go and rotate, like you said, that bench, Duke is a deep team, man. I've really watched them. They're very deep. They can shoot the ball. So I'm taking, yeah, Duke by 20, man. Duke by 20 today. They ain't playing no games.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, Mossberg, I love you, my nephew. I love you, man. But listen, we about to kick your ass today.
Not happening. You gonna be
Number 6, Illinois versus
Big Blue
your number
Nation.
3, Big Blue Nation, Kentucky Wildcats. What y'all think on this game? Because I'm telling you right now, this game, these teams are very, very similar to me. Very, very similar. And if Kentucky, if Illinois can contain that number one and keep him from doing all the stuff he want to do, getting in the paint, driving, shooting, Illinois is going to win this game easily. But they got to contain that number. It's either 1 or 0, whatever his name is, the black guy.
Double O, away. You
got him. Yeah, they can control him.
Hey, did you see how he came out in that? Did you see how he came out quietly, just getting buckets? So
yeah,
I feel you. I think we are, like you said, similar teams. I think the downside of our season for both of us has been missing shots, you know, and having injuries. I think if we're both hitting shots, 3 specifically, I think this would be a game that where it could go down to it's not going. I'm not going to say it's going to be a banger like that game we seen yesterday in BYU, but it could be a banger, you know, if we're both hitting shots, playing defensively. But you know what it is. Wildcats to the Sweet 16. I love you. I'm sorry, but Big Blue Nation, we trying to get there. We got things to prove. That's that SEC versus the Big Ten. I'm smelling in the oven right now.
Man, I'm going Illinois, man. It's always the Big Ten over the SEC, bro. Man, listen, they got the big boy from Croatia in the middle. You know, they got the freshman wing, Riley, that been playing real well. I just think that Illinois team, though, it's just a prime classic Big Ten team that you might not know all their names and woo, but when they come on that court, they play real well together. They real cohesive, and I just think Kentucky been real up and down all year. We done seen y'all lose the teams that y'all wasn't supposed to lose to. So, I mean, we came into the tournament talking like, did they deserve that 3 seed? I think Illinois is just a better team when I look at it on paper. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's gonna be a good game though. And really Moss. If y'all wasn't playing the Big Ten, I would have rocked with you. But y'all playing
I,
against the Big Ten,
I
man.
respect that. I respect y'all. Y'all took one yesterday trying to get to the Sweet 16. So prepare your bags to be packed to get on home on another one because we ain't playing in the SEC on the basketball side. That is, you don't really hear Mossberg talk SEC, but it is on the basketball side today and every time college basketball tipping on.
Well, of course, I want Illinois to win the game because that's my team. But in the other sense, to be able to shut up two mouths with one loss would be great for me because I'm trying to get FanDuel Zaya to close his mouth about that Big Ten crap, and I want T1 to close his mouth about that Big Ten crap. But I got to go with Illinois today. That's my team, and I think because of Kentucky's injuries and them guys haven't been able to make it back this season, Illinois is probably the better team that's going to be on the floor today. So I'm going with them Illini. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's your thoughts about number 7 St. Mary's, California versus number 2 Alabama? Is Alabama in scary water right now?
If they shoot the leather off that thing, FanDuel, they in trouble today. What's your thoughts on that one? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, man. St. Mary's. That's a scary team, bro. I wouldn't want to even play them for real. I think this is one of the worst matchups for the higher seed of the day for real. Because St. Mary's, they gonna play. They just like a Wisconsin or Purdue. They gonna shoot the ball. They gonna play solid defense. They not gonna really beat themselves. And they got a point guard that know how to control a game. So I mean, they gonna need Fears to come out there and play a immaculate game. I think that kid, I can't pronounce his name. That point guard, he just lives to control games, man. And
For
they
St.
just
Mary's.
they move the ball so no for St. Mary's, yeah, for St. Mary's, they move the ball so well and they play so disciplined. It reminds me of like how a city league school run into those OCC schools a lot of the times where they be outmatched in talent, but the way they play and their style of play is something that you have to adjust your guys to. So um, I low key want to say that St. Mary's is gonna win this game. Yeah, I'm saying it. I think they're gonna. I think they can pull this game out for real.
You know me. Just to make the pick because we haven't. I picked all my picks so far, base two on my bracket. No upsets today so far, but this is the one I'm picking. Give me St. Mary's for 3 over the Crimson Tide because I think out of all the teams, all the top teams these first few rounds, whether you 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, whatever, Alabama's played the shakiest to me, and I just I don't know. Like you talking about March Madness and talking about St. Mary's, like you said, FanDuel. They play any style of basketball, man. They could go fast, they can go slow, and they gonna pick your poison. If they find something, they gonna go at it, and they gonna keep going at it. So if Sears could be fearless, that's great for Alabama, but they got to roll with him. That's the key. If they not rolling with him today, St. Mary's, they ready for the action, and they gonna pop out and try to take them out for sure. But I got Alabama, but I'm gonna take St. Mary's in an upset today. I got Alabama in my bracket, but I'm gonna take St. Mary's on an upset. Taking them on an upset today.
Yeah, let me add something too. So throughout the season, I always said if Mark Sears have a bad game, this Alabama team could be had. So can they make him? Can they force him into a bad game?
Yeah. And that point guard, man, that point guard for St. Mary's is tough. He had
Yeah,
played
yeah,
full court. He. This is the game. I think they're gonna throw some different defenses at them. This is the game to watch to see how I want to see how many different defenses they actually throw at Alabama. That's what I'm gonna watch for today, even in all the games too, because it's opportunity for teams to do that just to see what happened. We seen what Michigan did. Teams gonna start looking into that.
Well, Alabama just has to be they have to be patient, man. They can't allow for St. Mary's style of basketball to speed them up and cause them to turn the ball over or to go out of character. They got to be patient and allow the game to come to them, passing the ball around until they get the shot that they need to get. But if they allow St. Mary's to go ahead and dictate the pace of the game, they're going to be in trouble. But I got Alabama winning this because it's all SEC, SEC, SEC.
He talking about that big blue nation win today. That's what he talking about.
What's your thoughts on number 12 Colorado State versus number 4 Maryland? I really want to see this Maryland team. I really haven't seen much of them, but I want to try to catch them today. What's your thoughts on this one?
I just got Maryland. FanDuel know he know a lot about them. I didn't really see much on them, like you said. I want to watch them, but they're a tough team. Just seeing as many highlights as I've seen, they definitely tough. I got them beating Colorado State today.
Yeah, man. This is probably outside of the Duke and the Florida team. I think this is the next most well-rounded team in the tournament that's left. You got Derek Queen right there in the middle. You got the kid Gillespie on the wing. They just got a lot of dudes. You got the other forward that plays next to Derek Queen. He usually be in that dunker spot with Julian Reese. So you just got dudes, bro. They go a legit 6 deep for real. They got a seventh guy that can come in and spare minutes for somebody else. But that's really all you need in tournament time is 7 guys. You need 7 guys. So I just love this team, bro. I think they're gonna get a win tonight. I don't think Colorado State got enough for them. Even though Colorado do got that kid that man, they robbed him out of any all American awards. I don't know how you could be a guard averaging 19, 9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, and you ain't getting no recognition for any All American team, man. That's just crazy. You don't hear about numbers from the guard position like that. So um, we'll see though. We'll see. You never can judge the fighting a dog. So we'll see what they can come out there and do.
Is there any scenarios where Colorado State can possibly upset Maryland?
Yeah, I mean the game is played on the court and we in March Madness. It's always different scenarios. It's like uh it's like when Doctor Strange told Iron Man that you got one chance right here. And you feel me? And he made it happen. So now it's always one scenario, two scenarios, or a few scenarios. So nah, you gotta play. You gotta still come out and play.
Okay, okay. What's your thoughts on number 6 Ole Miss versus number 3 Iowa State? They about to run into a freaking buzzsaw. SEC, you're about to run into a buzzsaw. What's your thoughts on this game?
Mhm.
Man, that's, I got Iowa State winning. I just want to see this Iowa State team get a win. Like I know I know they feeling a certain way, knowing where they at. Being a 3 seed, I don't know if they feeling a certain way about a 3 seed, but I think as far as in their season, so I think they definitely want to get to the Sweet 16. I think they're gonna play tough enough to get to the Sweet 16 today. Might be a game where we see them hitting their shots, and if Iowa State can hit the jump shots, I think they're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, man. It sounds like I just keep on picking against the SEC. I'm trying to find somebody to pick, man. I'm just not finding it, man. But
You're a little biased over there with the Big Ten, or what's up with you,
I'm
fan doing, man?
not,
What's
bro.
up, man?
I'm not, man. They played North Carolina in the first round. They beat them, and it was impressive. But like, how much impressive can I say when I felt like North Carolina wasn't really even a tournament team? I was high on Iowa State in the middle of the year,
Yeah,
saying that they will possibly make it to the Final Four. I think they got the right correct seed though. I think they seeded them correctly. Uh, I just still like this team, man. I think they got everything you need on a team to make a Final Four run. So I'm going with Iowa State. I don't think Ole Miss is. They're one of them teams that was on the fringe for me that shouldn't have made the bracket as well. So hey, I'm a roll with Iowa State.
Do y'all think that Iowa State is the best three seed in this tournament?
Who's the other three
You know,
seed?
Wisconsin,
Conference.
Kentucky, and Texas Tech.
No, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think.
Just by how they're playing now, for me.
Yeah, I say Texas Tech. It wouldn't even be a Kentucky in there for me. I just don't think we. I just didn't feel we was a three seed, but I think Texas Tech is the better three.
Cool. That's all I needed to hear. I'm taking Ole Miss. What's your
Oh,
thoughts?
yes.
What's your thoughts on this number 10 New Mexico versus number 2 Michigan State? Oh, I wouldn't want to see Izzo at this time. I would not want to see Izzo at this time.
Neither do New Mexico. So Sparty by 10. I think Izzo, man, you got young Chase who's making the name for himself. And you got can't think of the big's name. He's been there for a few years. Who's played with him. So when you like you said, this time of the season, nobody want to play against him. And when he a two seed, I think he's one of the most dangerous at the two seed and at least getting to that Elite Eight, Sweet 16 for sure. But taking Sparty by 10, they might. I mean, depending on how the game goes, if they hit shots, it could get ugly for sure. Nothing against New Mexico; they're a good team, but Michigan State tough in the tournament.
I wouldn't want to see Sparty at this time either, man. But Donovan Dent and Junior Joseph, they look this serious against Marquette, bro. And I cannot just blow that under the rug. Because I didn't catch a lot of New Mexico this year, but I seen that Marquette game and I was real impressed with them two dudes, man. That's a two-headed monster. You got a guard and a big. If you got a guard and a big, you can win. So I mean, I definitely expect Izzo to have the better clipboard in this game. So we'll see what he cook up.
Yeah, I think Michigan State's going to win this game as well. Even though I would like to see a Big Ten team fall, but I don't think it's this one for sure. Last game of the day, we got number 5 Oregon versus number 4 Arizona. Probably these two teams probably know each other really well from their Pac-12 days. What's your thoughts on this game?
I just think Oregon coming in. I think Oregon came into the tournament with a chip on their shoulder. Um, I think this is going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a battle of the bigs. I think we talk about bigs a lot. I think bigs in this game will be a factor when it comes to the rebounding aspect and being able to be a factor defensively, stalling in the paint. I'm going to go Oregon. I don't know what it is. I'm going to just take Oregon, man. I know how I spoke about them throughout the season as well when they dropped in the rankings, but they clawed their way up to this 5 seed throughout the end of the season. So I'm going to take Oregon.
Uh, this a tough one for me because I like Oregon. I think though Arizona's backcourt is gonna have a big day. Caleb Johnson is like 25 or something. He seems like he's been in college basketball for forever, bro. The
Yeah.
other kid in the backcourt with him though, Caleb Johnson's sporadic, but when he get hot, bro, he's still a bucket. I just don't think he could be a lead on a team, and that's why I feel like he went the maximum years in college. Because I don't think nobody's looking for a J.R. Smith in the NBA right now. But they got Bradley as well, and Bradley played real well. He played real well, really, the whole second half of the season. They came into the season as Caleb Love as their one option, but Bradley slowly been taking that role over. So I don't know. I just think their backcourt is going to be better. I am afraid that they might not have nobody to guard Nate Biddle. Um, but like I said, I just think that backcourt gonna have a big day.
Yeah, I just hope Arizona win. Just that easy.
Man, the haterism in you in
I
that
mean, wait a minute, wait a
SEC.
minute, wait, bro, wait. You come at SEC, I got to come at the Big Ten a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, nah, I don't know what you said.
Illinois to win. That's a Big Ten team I'm rooting for, and I want my Michigan homies team to win too. So that's two Michigan teams. I'm rooting for it.
Oh
Man.
man.
So I mean that's good, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. I don't want you and T1 in the chat talking trash all day today.
You be starting it, bruh.
Well, kind of, sort of, but I mean, I got to get something done.
Yeah, you say kind of, sort of, man. You funny, dog.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we jump off?
um, I think Tom. I think Izzo is in the process of trying to pass everyone in the. I'm not for sure if it's wins, tournament wins.
Oh, wow.
I can't. I want to be correct. I don't want to be saying it wrong, but I know checking the stat, he was 56. He was like right below Bill Self the other day, and then he got him one, and I think they're looking to get another one today, of course, as well. So um, just watch out for that Florida and UConn game. I think that's going to be a banger. I got a feeling the St. Mary's team is going to shoot that leather off, as FanDuel say. I think they're going to do a great job today and having another bracket buster. Um, just keep an eye on that big battle with Arizona and Oregon. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. Just seeing how both teams, maneuver defensively, trying to make shots and things as well. But other than that, really didn't have too much more.
Yeah, man. Hey, the only thing I want to say is, why do they got these games so late on Sunday night?
No, man. No.
Why? Why do we have a 9:40 game on Sunday night? It don't make no sense to me.
Smart
Right, right, right.
Even the 8:40 is, I mean, I guess 8:40 is cool, but the 9:40, that's just ridiculous. Just like they had somebody in the first round playing at 10 o'clock in Cleveland. They need to fix stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, you can pull that off on a Saturday, but on a Sunday, you already know that the last game should be starting around 6:30, maybe even 7 o'clock. But that should be the latest, man. That makes no sense. They need to get that right. We need to protest. Let's go protest.
Then don't forget that Tennessee, Ohio State, man. Check out some of that women's basketball. They got a slew of games on all day today on ABC, ESPN. Tennessee, Ohio State. That's the banger at ESPN at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna definitely tune in, check out a little bit of that. Go Lady Vols. Shout out to Cody out there for the Buckeyes. I'm sorry, I'm a Lady Vols fan, but I love what you do on the court. I've been watching you for the last couple of years. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, if y'all beat us, I won't be upset because I'll be rooting for you. And another fan tried to win me over yesterday, man, while I was at work, FanDuel. I don't know what it is with y'all Buckeye fans, man, trying to get me to come over, bro. Y'all need me on y'all's fan base or something? What is it?
Nah, you be. Sometimes you throw your Ohio State flag in the air, so we be asking you if you want an application. That's all.
People think just because I'm born and raised that I should be a Buckeye, bro.
No, no, no. You get it twisted. We don't
No,
want you, but we will throw out an olive branch if we feel like you need one, and
Hey,
that's all
listen,
we do.
man, y'all got to come with a Neil package, and I'm talking about
Ah,
veteran
nah,
1H
ah,
through your boy at Michigan. That's the only
nah.
way I'm coming over.
I ain't even got a meal package, so I know you ain't getting a meal package.
Nah,
I
but
deserve me and T1 deserve meal packages.
it was some good people that came and said something. So I was just tripping off that, and I was like, I'm gonna have to talk to my buddies about that, man. It's funny because that's just be happening throughout the last few times, but
Oh,
um,
I do got a question for y'all though. I do have one question for y'all before we get up off here. Do y'all think that the NCAA on the men's side should model the March Madness kind of after the women's because they play home games. So Ohio State is playing in Columbus today. Them first two rounds, they get home games. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that should come over to the men's side?
every now and then, man, you show up to be smart, man. Because I was about to ask y'all the same exact question, man. So you really are starting to grow, bro.
Man, you funny, man.
I don't I don't know if I like it on the men's side, man. Well, maybe the oh, I don't know, man. That's a tough. Cause maybe the high seeds against the low seeds, yes. But when you get that 8-9 matchup,
ooh,
I don't know, man, about that one. I don't know, but I like the format for the women for sure.
Ooh,
I had to think about that a little bit more, bro.
Yeah,
I might like that in the early rounds rather than the later rounds. I might like it in the first round for the top teams. Play at home, bring some money into the fan base, and then go travel because you're gonna take your fan base with you at that point if you at home too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a great question.
Well, you don't
you
know what?
know,
Yeah, I think they should because I like Texas got two home games. Ohio State y'all got two home games, right? But those lower seeds they go on the road. Like yesterday, I was watching somebody and they was playing at Oklahoma. It was oh man, who was playing there? Weber State and somebody else. Somebody that's the name team was playing Weber State, but they played at Oklahoma. So yes, I would like to see that format because
yeah, I
they do
would.
make the higher seeds play at home, and then the lower seeds they go on the road somewhere.
Yeah, because like my whole thought process behind it, why I would like to see is because you always got these regions, right? So you might in the men's side, you might have this Dayton region or Cleveland or Youngstown, and you might do that for 5, 10 years. But I think you give people a chance to see different teams in your city where it might not necessarily be a game ever there in your, and you know what I mean, it might not ever be a game that's a March Madness game in your city. So
Yeah,
that's why I just like it. And I think it helps a whole bunch of different cities out by bringing money because people want to see their kids, people want to see their teams, fan bases going to travel a little bit to go. I think it helps spread more wealth into different cities that way, and not just the same city year in and year out.
right.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
crazy
it's,
because yeah, it's the
no,
second
go ahead,
time
Marcel.
Tennessee been down here too this year. On the men's side of the football, and now on the women's side of basketball. So it's just good for the city. Like you said, I think that's a good thing too. Revenue, all that good stuff, and I think we have some great things to offer here in our city. A lot of people ask me about that, so I notice a lot of people from when I cook at different stores. Just a lot of people that travel, so I think it'll actually be a great thing. Me myself, I know we talked about wanting to go to the Dayton. My buddy hit me last night, like, "Hey man, y'all should go to Dayton, man. The Final Four are gonna be there." Hey man, people, man, send WTP Sports Dudes, Level Up Sports 10, FanDuel, Zaya, City League TV, Parlay Post. Send us some tickets, man. We'll come see your venue. We'll come and support, man. We all about it, and we definitely interested. I know we'd definitely go do it as a squad if it came here, and we was able to plan for it for sure. That's something that we talk about and do.
Yeah, one thing I don't understand is why it seems like every year Dayton got some games, bro.
Yeah,
Almost every year.
Because listen, I'm gonna
Why do
explain
the
to you.
Columbus do that?
I'm gonna explain to you why. It's a very nice arena. It's been updated in the past 10 years, and the price that they go for it for is way cheaper than Columbus.
Okay.
man.
So I don't know exactly what the price is, but I do know for a fact that's why the state championship moved to Dayton because they was tired of paying the Schottenstein Arena price. I just don't know the number.
They gonna pay. You gonna have to pay to get in there. Like they gonna wax
That
you.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Sometimes you gotta sell, you gotta make a little, not a deal, but cut a couple dollars to make a little profit. Sometimes, even though you're gonna sell out, I think it's worth it when it comes to what you bring in and the publicity, but the effect on the people. The people want to see it. It's more about the people. I work in food. I tell people a lot, man. It's all about the customer. That's why I come do what I do. They the reason I'm able to come to work. So I gotta come and show my ass when it comes to this cooking. So I feel
Yeah.
you on that.
But when they was coming here, they was coming to the convention center, right? Or what they was
No,
playing?
the state finals was played at the Schottenstein Center, but we
Shots.
always we always had the regionals. So this is the first year that the barn has been back. So the regional, all the district final, and all the way up, the games will be at the barn. But the years before, they would just source the games out to like Ohio Dominican and maybe one of the better high school gyms around Central Ohio, And now, now that they got the barn back up and running, they went ahead and and went back to it. But the barn had got too expensive at one point too. But I feel like whoever run the barn, whoever I guess it's the state of Ohio, right? Because that's where the state fair. That's the state fair. So I guess they might have dropped the price for real because I wouldn't understand why OSHA would go back if it was expensive before, unless the price did get dropped. Because I think they had a good gig, but this the thing too. They was losing out on a lot of money when they was holding these games at Ohio Dominican and the other high schools because yeah, they pay for tickets online now, but you still will have to split that with the schools. You ain't got to split none of the ticket sales with the schools if you got it at the barn. You just got to pay off the barn and pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That UD arena though, it hold 13,500. So
So
um,
what about in reference to the college game though?
what you saying? Playing it at the barn?
Like Dayton every year Dayton get some kind of round of 64 tournament game in Dayton. Like they got the playing game this year. Why doesn't Columbus always put a bid in to try to get a game here at the convention center?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know if you remember about 10 years ago though, we did have women's March Madness here.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah,
that.
we had it here, so I don't know why we not getting it though. I don't know why I don't know we putting a bid in. Maybe it could be booked for all we know. You know what I'm saying? They could be having events going on during this time too. So I don't know that answer.
There do be a lot of events and stuff going on too, but they need to make a way to figure that out, man.
We got
That's
two gyms too though.
good
We
revenue,
got
man. You got St. John's over there too.
yeah, we
So,
got two arenas. I don't both of them ain't booked. I hope.
right. Good to see you in there, Barry. Barry said, "What's going on, fellas? Watch the St. John's game, and they really missed every 3-pointer. Hope you guys are wells. Best regard, Barry. Appreciate you joining and watching again. We noticed you came on the other night. Stay tuned into it. There's going to be some more great games on for you today, Barry, as well.
Yeah, Barry, that was our biggest concern about St. John's. We knew that they would have times in games where they could not make a bucket. They couldn't hit the backside of a barn. And we knew this Arizona team could possibly, Arkansas team could possibly cause some defensive challenges for them offensively. And that's what happened. That's why they ended up taking that L. But I was still hurt that they took Lewis out the game at the end, man. Patino, I don't know why you did that. He's your best shooter. And that probably hurt. That hurt my feelings when they took him out the game and didn't put him in at the end.
Right,
Like, why
sure.
would you do that to that young man?
So all of it.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all I got, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add? We can do that, or we can end the stream. It's up to y'all.
All right, man. Just I would say stay tuned, man. We're gonna have some good NBA talk coming. We got a top 5 point guard. We might stretch it out to top 10 on a point guard for you guys on the all-time side. We're gonna be in the chat. I got people asking about boxing, UFC, even some baseball. So we're gonna be trying to come and hit you with a couple different things as we continue to take our notes, try to bring you the greatest flavor. Myself, Level Up Sports 10, our uncle who put us all together, man. We always appreciate you and love what you do, WTP Sports Dudes, and our young fan dude who is just getting wiser by the hour, especially we in a heavy chat, Big 10. Love you, Unc. But y'all going down today.
Okay. Listen. I might personally be texting you all game if it's looking good for my line today.
Hey, don't be mad
See,
if you don't get no text back.
I told you, you be starting it, bruh. I told you, you really be the starter. You really the starter in the group chat
Unc
for
be
real.
on it. Unc be on it, man.
He
Man,
really be.
stop it, man. Stop it. T want to jump in the chat early in the morning talking trash, and then he get me all riled up, and then you come chiming in because you got to get his back.
But he ain't going for none of my GOAT talk yet. He ain't went for it yet. He said I ain't going for it.
LeBron James is the GOAT, bro. Flat out. Flat out.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I know a customer said I cooked some scrambled eggs with cheese. He said Kobe when he was eating on FanDuel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, Kobe, I like him. I like him, man. He should get a couple votes, but that's about it. All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all soon.
Yes,
Sure.
sir. Peace, as we always do.